Hello and welcome back to the UK National Championships 2018. We're here in Birmingham. Matt's still here. We're going into round 6. So, as with, I think people at home are probably getting bored of us saying we got a cool feature match because every round's been a pretty cool feature match today.
It's been pretty awesome. We tend to try and pick out some of the more interesting decks during day 1 that may not have a chance of getting it through to day 2. Our decks that we pick may not actively reflect the pie chart that gets created that shows the meta breakdown.
Yeah.
But we want to keep it kind of interesting because we know when we're featuring tomorrow the top cut decks, you're going to see a lot of the more competitive players playing the super competitive decks. And
yeah, exactly.
If we do that in the early rounds, you're going to get it in the late rounds as well. And sometimes we can lose some shine, like for example the Burning Abyss or the Ninjas that we saw earlier today.
Yeah, exactly, which were really, really cool to watch. So I picked this feature match because of one of the players. I knew they were playing the deck, but it turns out that both players are playing the same deck.
Both think they're being super sneaky and they're going to be playing a super mirror match.
Yeah, I hope they don't know because that would be really awkward if they knew.
We're overhyping this. It's actually a Mech Knight Trickstar Sky Striker build, so there is some of the additional aggression that you can pull out with the Mech Knights.
Mm-hmm.
I believe this was first popularized in the Oceanic Championships. The third place player, I do forget his name, I do apologize if he is actually watching, was playing Mech Knights and Phantom Sky Blasters to really push out with the aggression. And both players opting to take those lines, although neither of them playing, actually Jake is playing enemy controller, whereas Alex is not, by the way. It's Jake Quinsee versus Alex Moffatt. Moffatt, not Moffatt. Moffatt. Moffatt.
Let's head on over to the table.
Moffatt. Yeah, we're going to go to the table now, right?
Yeah, we're going to the table, yeah.
Huh.
And here we are.
There's the handshake, and we're just going to brush that one off, and we can see the players' records.
Wow, some really
Jake's a little bit less active than he usually is, but I think he's been traveling a lot in the last year.
Yeah, he has.
Recently opened a store himself. Alex, 23 tournaments with 75% win ratio, so both of these players actually pretty high on the success rate. We should see a really good match. If this data is to be trusted, of course.
Yeah, exactly. But it's still some pretty high win rates and quite a lot of tournaments.
There's the Ash Blossom on the normal summon Candina. That is... Oh, Call to the Grave. Okay, that's interesting, because now Alexander is not going to have access to his own Ash Blossom during Jake's turn. But the question, maybe Alexander doesn't have Ash Blossom. I didn't see the hands just yet.
Let's take a look at the opening hands here.
Yeah, he doesn't have Ash Blossom, right? Yeah, so he has no worry about playing Call by the Grave.
Nope. I see you draw it first turn, but you went first, never mind.
I keep calling it Drag Down to the Grave, which is actually a completely different card.
That's completely different.
Yep, we're going to see Shizuku. And unfortunately for Alexander, his main monster zone has a Candina in it, so he's not going to be able to use Widow Anchor, should he have that one. But Scapegoats is definitely a live option, a Trickstar variant playing 3 copies of that.
Jake's opening hand is double Lycoris, Ash Blossom, Scapegoat, and there's correctly card, but I can't see exactly which one it is. Can you see which one it is?
Sorry, what was that? Light Stage. No?
This is not Light Stage. It says Sky Striker on it.
Oh, sorry, with the glare on there, I can't actually quite make that card out.
Yeah, I can't tell what it is.
Probably a Lycoris. It usually is.
It's green.
What do you mean it's green? That's not green.
That's green.
That's not green.
Okay, you're just trying.
Oh, you mean the spell card?
Yeah, the spell card.
Sky Striker Engage.
Okay. Good.
Sorry.
Glad we could clear that up. I just couldn't see it because it was covered up.
We could pick a fight with the cameraman afterwards, if you like.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I feel like that would not end successfully.
No, it would not.
We're going to see Reincarnation being flipped.
That's actually rough.
Double Lycoris. And I can't let that first. That's not Ladybell, is it?
No.
No, Fairy Tale. Let me just take a look at Jake's list. Drawn Lockbird is a win monster.
Yep.
Did Jake just get tagged by the droll combo? No, he didn't.
No, it was just the reincarnation on 2 Lycoris is pretty strong.
Yeah, that actually strips a lot of power out of Jake's deck. And the light stage is way less impactful now when you're summoning Candina and then only having a Lilybell as your search target. Or, well, you could also go your reincarnations.
Yep.
But less impactful when you don't have the Drawn Lockbird to follow up with it. Sky Striker Hornet Drone's being used. This is going to allow Jake to go up into Kagari or Shizuku. And he does choose to go for the Kagari. And adds back the Hornet Drones. Another Hornet Drones. So we're going to start seeing the Link Ladder. Oh, double Hornet Drones. So that's 3 monsters in play.
That's really nice. And he does have a Candina in hand as well.
Yeah, so he could go for a 4 monster play.
I love the go tokens.
Yep, and we're going to see Candina. Light stage. Activate the light stage effect. For Lilybell. Oh, Jake's playing 3 Lycoris. Yeah, he's playing 3 Lycoris, so actually that reincarnation not as brutal.
He did get Lilybell, didn't he?
Yeah, he did choose for it. He did go for Lilybell.
Not seen any Mech Knights yet.
No, but neither player opening with those, otherwise that would have been very, very nice to push out with. Even on the reincarnation, that not getting revealed. Now we're going to see Candina's attack going over to Shizuku. And Jake taking out his opponent's Lycoris with his Kagari, and then Link Spider getting in with a direct attack. And then we're going to see a 4 material Link summon for probably Sayuja. Just to give Jake some options to actually play the game with.
Yeah.
We're going to see Reincarnation being activated to summon the Lycoris to the zone, and then Jake's going to draw 4 cards.
Double enemy controller, draw Lockbird.
The Scapegoat is interesting, because Jake definitely needs some power cards to play, so yeah, he's keeping the Scapegoat. 1 enemy controller. Probably put he's got Reincarnation down, so the draw and Lockbird is actually, does it, I think that was Lilybell. Yeah, he puts, just put the draw and Lockbird back.
That's keeping the draw.
Oh no, he's actually throwing back, sorry, I mixed up with which cards he was throwing back, so he's keeping...
Yeah, engage. Engage!
For Hornet Drones.
Is there really much further to be gone here? Jake's losing a lot of life points here by adding so many cards to his hand under Lycoris. It's actually down to 3,800. I guess at this point there's just no optimal way to get rid of the Lycoris.
Yeah, Jake's already made his attacks, and this is main phase 2, so that Lycoris is going to be sitting around.
Yeah, at which point does Jake think that I should probably stop though?
I don't know how many cards Alexander has in his hand.
that token's actually a powered up one because he had enough spells in his grave.
Yep, plus he gets the Sayuja trigger as well, so it's 1800 token.
Yep. Which is pretty nice.
Actually, does Sayuja also increase defense?
Don't know.
Oh, okay, enemy controller being used to tribute the token.
Yeah.
Jake definitely going all in on this one.
Yeah, I feel like, well, at this point he can carry on searching and not feel the burn of that Lycris.
His Lily Bell back, if he really wants to go further.
He's going to have to do something to get rid of his opponent's Lycris, because otherwise that's going to be a poor use of enemy controller.
He's going to... Pretty sure it's going to be Lily Bell. He hasn't used Sayuja's special summon effect actually, so it could be
Candina.
Candina now. Yeah, Candina then into Phoenix to protect Sayuja from battle, but Sayuja's not likely to go down from battle.
No, too big. Yeah, Candina. Goes around the end. You can use the use effect to sneak that out.
They've taken quite a lot of time on this turn. He needs to commit to his plays perhaps a little bit faster. We've just gone past the 10-minute mark, so just 29 minutes left on the clock. And yeah, we're going to see free material link summon?
He rethought about that.
Jake seems super unsure on which direction he's going to go. He's had quite a few looks at the graveyard. I guess this must be... He's probably going, okay, my opponent's could have this. Oh, but then what if he has this?
Yeah.
I'm like arguing in his head what the optimal play is.
I guess... Well, yeah, he's going to have to summon something just to get rid of the opponent's Lycris.
Yeah. He uses free material. Sends his light station to the graveyard to send his opponent's light station to the graveyard.
Okay. Seems good.
I guess Jake's got the reincarnation down, right?
Yeah, I missed up. I mean, there was a lot of resources that just went into that, and he's just ended on a Ningusu. I guess Alex doesn't have a lot of...
If he kept the drawn lot bird, he could tag Alex and then just have the Ningusu pick up anyone for one, and he plays directly in. Alex planned to place directly into it if Jake does indeed have the reincarnation.
Yeah, I feel like that's real bad. if he does
There's
get
a
hit
draw on that. Yeah, it's just draw, no reincarnation.
No
No reincarnation from Jake. A lot of resources from Jake's deck in the graveyard.
Yeah, I mean, Alex has got so many cards as well. I thought that was reincarnation set, but if not, then I mean, that's
that's just a 2-for-1. Scapegoat.
all the goats are the same color. I guess he just really likes the pink goats.
I guess so.
So Alex down to 4 cards here, but that's still a lot to be done with.
He's got so much action going on here. It's probably closer to about 5 or 6 cards in his hand really, because I can get back the engage and engage Oh, he's going to go for the afterburners, cleaning up the goats. I guess that's his priority right now, is making sure Jake has not enough scapegoats to actually do anything with while he's sitting on 0 cards.
Yeah, I'm going to be surprised here if Jake is able to come back from this, considering the amount of advantage that Alex has. Alex also taking his time, and Kagari goes into one of the scapegoats. Now time for Jake to ponder his options.
Considers which.
And he's already used his Link Spider, so.
No, he's got another Link Spider there.
Oh, does he? Oh, okay.
I think that's what he's hovering.
Is he playing 2 in the deck?
Just give me a moment. Yeah, he's playing 2 copies of Link Spider.
Oh, okay, so he should be fine. Ah, yeah, there we go. Yeah, I mean, still, Alex has got so many cards. Is there really a good way out for Jake here? That's just a Link Spider.
If Jake's just passed on a Link Spider, Alex is just, so far ahead right now.
Yeah, I mean, Candina's going to just be the start of the end.
Candina into Tricks Light Stage, and Trickstar Light Stage is going to be searching for an additional card, Lilybell. Lilybell gets special summon by her own effects. Light Stage locks down the back row, and Jake is throwing down another scapegoat.
Okay, well, that kind of keeps Jake in it for now.
Oh, and there's Mechanite Blue. Yeah. And that's giving the information away to Jake about what variant he's playing against. But he has 2 cards in that column, so that's 2 searches that Alexander gets to take.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jake's just picking up his cards. He's just so far behind at this point. Not coming back into that. I mean, losing both of his 2 of his Lycros right at the start to the reincarnation from Alexander was really rough.
Yeah, I think the end was there, to be honest, because you just got nothing to really go with.
Jake's comeback as he ended up consolidating into a Sayuja, and it did not massively improve the situation. I mean, Scapegoat is really strong, but Alexander was able to just force the activation and then pick off the goats before Jake could actually make anything out of those tokens.
Yeah.
So Alexander taking the first win, just 24 minutes on the round at the time when he took that. So might get a bit dicey for game 3.
Yeah, we're looking pretty close. What's game 3?
You're generally looking at about 10 minutes a match with 3 minutes per game siding. You get a little bit longer than that. But yeah, we'll see how they shuffle up, and we'll consider how the side decks are playing out. Jake shared ride. He's got 2 copies in the main deck as well.
Yeah.
Mind Crushers likely coming in.
I see that Jake must have a pretty not a big advantage, but at least some advantage of seeing those Mechanites.
Yes, because Jake knows that Alexander is playing that variant, whereas Alexander doesn't know that Jake's playing that variant. So
yeah,
it could lead to some placement issues, because you've got to be very careful when you're playing against Mechanites where you put your monsters.
Yeah, so Jake's probably going to do that more than Alex.
Yeah, like Jake's now going to be making sure that he doesn't have a spell and trap in the same zone as a monster, because Mechanite Blue just gives you so many cards if your opponent isn't playing around it. Alexander may just, it's just generally good practice to make sure your cards are spaced out. But that can sometimes interfere with your combos if you don't know your opponent's playing Mechanite. But we'll see how Alexander plays. As they shuffle up. Yeah, Alex,
You think,
likely to... If you're playing Magnites, if you're choosing to go first, you're likely siding those out for Mind Crushes and Shared Ride. If Jake decides to go second, I can see the Magnites staying in. They become infinitely more powerful, well, sorry, significantly more powerful if you are going second. Obviously, because your opponent has to put something on the field somewhere, and then you can use that as your springboard.
Yep, so Alex starts out with Call by the Grave, Terraforming, Reincarnation, and
Widow Anchor?
Widow Anchor. And Jake starts with Lycoris, Shared Ride, Hornet Drones, Light Stage.
It's engaged, which he used to get. Yeah, but he did use it to get Hornet Drones, so
yeah,
same thing. Then we're going to see Candina being switched up.
I say we've got our 2 judges taking pictures of these hands, and one of the judges' cameras are really good. The other judge's camera is not so good.
Usually the case. We got a deck list sent through actually from our team when we were looking for some interesting stuff to feature, and someone accidentally hit their Instagram glitter filter on that. So we got Jake Quinsee's list. It was all covered in glitter, and we're like,
yeah, we can't read
what?
this.
It's just like, Luke, enhance that. It's just like, that's just not how it works.
I made some pixels that didn't exist before. It was great.
This is why programmers are like, so there's a distinct lack of fun having them around, because they tell you logically why everything sucks.
Sorry about that.
It should be, Luke.
But we did have nice stats.
We did get some very nice stats, I'll give you that. We learn things, we don't have fun.
No, it's all about the stats. Which, in theory, in this game, Jake has the advantage.
Actually, yeah, I think Alexander's played more tournaments this season. I think it's actually, when you look at the caliber of player, it's very similar. So this should be 50-50.
It's almost as if the tech team knew and decided to bring the stats back for us. But yeah, so I was actually wrong. It's Alex has slightly higher win rate than Jake.
Yeah.
And over more tournaments as well.
Jake actually going up into Sayuja on his first turn again.
I remember when we saw this during Prague, or Bochum, wherever the last YCS was, that every time it got summoned, it was just super lackluster.
Heavy Storm Duster. Sayuja is great if your hand is really bad and you need to fix it, and it gives you a chance to fix that, and you need to be also, so it's kind of just a contradiction, right? You need to make it,
monster though.
You need to make it super efficiently, so you're looking maybe 2 cards maximum, and then you need to have things in your hand that you want to exchange for better cards, and so it's kind of like very niche situations that you're going into it. It's incredibly powerful being able to move you, fix your hands, and also gives you a special summon to continue with, but it's, again, like, when you can get to a Link 4, there's always the question of like, oh, could I have gone for something else? But you're not just going to go Borlow Dragon, because your opponent's just going to smile, make their Borlow Dragon, and you're going to go...
Mistakes made.
Okay, no, Jake actually using his own extra monster zone and setting a card, so Jake can actually start deploying his own mechanisms.
Purple. Is that purple?
That is... Let me check, I believe it's Purple Nightfall, is that right? I'm actually going to look at Alex's deck, yes. Because Alex is actually written slightly easier to read.
Yeah, Purple Nightfall. I don't remember the name of the Mech Knights, I just remember the colours.
And that they hit pretty hard.
Yes, they all have quite a lot.
So interesting, Jake left the Mech Knights in going first in this game. And he actually sets up that column so that a Mech Knight blue for Alex would give him 2 cards. But Jake also has a Shared Ride. So we'll see how that goes. Jake also has a Scapegoat as well. There we go, we're going to see Nightfall.
Yeah.
When Nightfall gets banished to search for Mech Knight blue, okay, no, Terraform.
Yeah, it's actually pretty rough because Jake has 2 cards in his column, so...
There's a
that completely stops any of that.
Also, Nightfall's, I believe, 2,800 attack points, right? And the Sayuja just gave it an additional 300.
Yeah, so that's going to go up to 3,100. That's pretty big. Yeah, so you can chain the Purple Nightfall now.
Alexander chaining that so that the Shed Ride will not draw Jake a card for it.
Yeah, but still, Alex can't do what he wanted to do, really, now. So yeah, he doesn't go with blue, he gets the...
That's also a way to catch your opponent out. Why
Clear
Jake set that up, right? He gets the Nightfall, comes in there, uses Nightfall effect, Jake chains Shared Ride, and then all of a sudden there's not 2 cards in our fault.
Indigo Eclipse is that one.
And then Jake's going to get a draw for his Shared Ride.
Has he drawn already? Did he forget to draw?
He wouldn't have. I didn't actually cash out, to be honest.
I feel like he forgot to draw.
No. He set 3 cards, he made the 2 cards Sayuja, so I think he drew.
Okay, yeah, probably did. Must have missed it.
I think he's got 3 cards in his hand. Now we're going to see Mechanic Blue. Actually, that'll be Indigo.
Yeah.
Let's see. In defense mode.
Yeah. I remember that having pretty big defense.
It has the effect where you can just move it.
Yeah, so he can play... Oh, that's some nice back row.
I like that. He moves it in preparation for looking like he's going to summon another Mech Knight, and choose not to. Jake actually has a Heavy Storm Duster, so...
Nice.
This is a way that you can actually catch your opponents off guard when they're trying to play around Trickstar Reincarnation, is they set cards, Call to the Grave and Trickstar Reincarnation, Jake being able to take that out, and then Scapegoat also resolves in the end phase.
This is nice here for Jake.
Yeah, he's just got to be careful on the placements of the goats. But 2 of those goats are going to gain 300 attack and defense.
Power goats. Their horns turn to titanium and they run into things and attack them.
300 is definitely not titanium.
Okay, bronze.
Oh yeah, and Jake conveniently leaves 1 space open for his monster to return. Bronze goat.
Bronze goats, yeah. If it was ever mega morphed, it would be like silver goats. Make it happen, Matt.
Is this the RPG journey of a goat?
Yeah.
I see.
Gets stronger and stronger horns. Called horns? Yeah, it's called horns.
Sounds like a Facebook game that I could launch and just have a really unfair pay model.
Probably.
And then everybody quits the game in 2 weeks.
I'd spend a lot of money on my platinum goats though.
At least one person would, right? It's
yeah.
Like why the business works.
Diamond goat horns.
There we go. We're going to see Phoenix is now going to be able to take another card and it discards Reincarnation. Jake, just roll the dice.
Taking out a lot of this back row. Second Call to Grave.
Grave.
May as well banish something. Probably Lycoris.
Lilybell.
Yeah, Lilybell.
Jake might go ahead and just chain Reincarnation. He just
yeah.
discard it to get back his Lilybell.
Yeah, whatever it was getting brought back.
Jake can get... If he can get through that Indigo. No, Eclipser, sorry. Yeah, it's Indigo Eclipse.
Indigo Eclipse, yeah.
Yep, which he can. He's got a lot of damage there, and that's going to be enough to get Jake the win.
Yeah, and the light stage obviously locked down the back row as well, so yeah, Alex had nothing to be played there.
I think the biggest problem that Alex faced there was the Shared Ride essentially just forced him to stop, and then he just ended up with a very large wall and was just hoping that was going to be enough.
He just couldn't carry on, basically.
Yeah, so going into game 3, you also saw the Heavy Storm Duster also picking up some cards.
That was super strong, actually.
Yeah, that being able to take out 2 cards. I mean, it's the additional mind games that you also put on people when you're doing that. When they're trying to play around Reincarnation, it's part of that next level stuff we were talking about before. Where essentially, people have got to the point of where they know your combo and this is how you play around it. That's a well-established fact. You set your cards first. That then leaves you very primed to be getting picked, those back rows being picked off by the large number of 2-for-1 spell and trap removals that we've released over the years.
Yep. I was a massive fan of Heavy Storm Duster when I saw it. It's just a shame it's pitiful.
Jake was a massive fan of Heavy Storm. There you go.
Yeah, I wonder if that video's been aired yet. players discussing. It has been Ed?
No, not quite yet. Well, it's a bit of a longer segment. We actually got all of the national champions actually solved to do a few videos, like as more of a roundtable discussion.
Yeah, they talked about cards they wanted from on and off of the Food Unlimited list. Each one of them got to pick a card to come on the list and one to come off the list.
And then we let them argue about it.
Yep, and then we let them argue about it. It was glorious.
Well, because that is basically having a real life Reddit thread.
Yeah, it was. It was actually really fun to do.
Yeah, it's always interesting when you hear players of those calibers sharing their opinions.
Yeah.
I'm going to be shuffling up, going into game 3 with 10 minutes on the clock. So this might actually get decided by end of match procedure.
Yeah, that second game was a bit quicker than the first.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, in theory, it should be doable in 10 minutes, depending on how aggressive you play, especially on a Mech Knight variant, where you're not trying to infinitely grind. You're actually trying to turn that into actual attack points. Like if I had 10 minutes left on the round and I'm playing Sky Striker Pure, I'm not feeling too good about that.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, the Trickstars are just infinitely better in that circumstance.
So here's the situation for Jake. He probably either had to make the call to leave the shed right in, or he had to take them out.
So,
Alexander.
Yeah, I think Alexander, because of the watch, yes. Yeah. Starts with Scapegoat, Drawn Lockbird, Scapegoat, Shared Ride, and Sky Striker spell, but I can't tell which one it is. I think it's maybe Widow Anchor.
That seems pretty savage.
And then Jake starts with Scapegoat. I think that might. I don't know what that is. Phantom Skybuster?
Yeah, so Jake.
Two light stages and then Lycris. He's playing Skybuster, is he?
Alex.
Jake?
Jake playing Phantom Skyblaster.
Okay, yes, I think you've got that.
Phantom Skyblaster, very old card I was a fan of. Not really seeing its day to shine until Link Summoning fully taking off.
Yeah, it's actually really cool.
Jake setting his field spell here so that he doesn't either have to give up on his activation trigger or risk a draw and lockbird combo before he's put his cards on the field. Yeah, we could see potentially Jake going for Lilybell to special summon Lilybell. Well, actually, yeah, he could, and then Phantom Skyblaster.
Jake considering very carefully where he starts to go with this.
He needs to hurry up a little bit. Time's getting thin. Now, okay, Jake's at this point. I'm okay if my opponent has well, I'm not okay if my opponent has Reincarnation Draw. Shared Ride, on the other hand, is
that's pretty inconvenient.
Super inconvenient. But that doesn't mean Jake's out of place here, right? If he goes for, he does elect for to go for the Candina, because now he can target the other back row and it's going to force the activation of Scapegoats, and then Jake actually would be able to get some removal in onto those Scapegoats whilst holding his own Scapegoats face down.
Yep.
I'm saying Scapegoats too much. It's
Scapegoats.
It's getting hard to keep track of where I am and what I'm saying.
Goats. Goats.
I just had a player come to me and complain that they're sheep tokens when sheeps don't have horns.
Yeah, and it's called Scapegoat.
Yeah, I never quite know how to respond sometimes when you get that, because you don't really have an answer for it.
They asked me as well.
It's like, no, you're right. I just can't do anything about it right now.
They have a plushie with plushie Scapegoat.
Yeah, it looks like a very comfortable airplane pillow.
Yeah, it actually does.
I'd rather airlines just made economy seats better, but Scapegoat token will get you there.
Yep, it's all amounts to the same thing. Sleeping on a plane.
It's just, you have to have a mutant power to sleep on a plane. I'm sorry. I don't think any normal person can sleep in this tin can with any kind of turbulence. Can just scare you.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just me.
No, I think so. I can't sleep on planes either. Going to Australia is real tough.
28 hours to Sydney, right?
Yeah.
You've been twice, right?
Yeah. Didn't sleep a wink. Actually, no, that's a lie. I managed to get a really nice seat on half of the journey on the way there the last time. So yeah, I managed to sleep a little bit, but yeah.
We should start talking about sleep. It's getting a bit late here.
It is getting a bit late.
In merry old England.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jake's turn is taking way too long here. Mind control, just being able to take a go. Then Phantom Sky Blaster, being able to now get multiple tokens in. 1, 2. And now the key thing here is a Sky Blaster token and a Goat token, or two tokens with different names.
That's nice.
Yeah, we're going to see Sky Blaster tokens also have an attack value, so all of the tokens being cleaned up from Alexander not going to be able to use his Scapegoat tokens for Link summons.
Nope. And Jake basically has like some, you know, he has 4 monsters on the field. He can do what he would have done with a full Scapegoats.
Yeah, he might be looking at some kind of nightmare setup.
Is that really optimal though? Because Alexander doesn't have anything to clear out here.
No, but he might be looking to use their
Try and lock them out.
Continuous effects to essentially prevent the opponent from
Clearing them out.
getting anything through.
Yeah. Makes sense.
Yeah, when you're this close to time, that could absolutely be a consideration.
Yeah, just to try and lock Alex out. Yeah, that could work.
Jake needs to decide. He's kind of been thinking about this play for quite a while now. He's already put the monsters in the graveyard, so there we go, Space Insulator. And Jake then going up to a Link Free. Uniform, then we see another Link Spider. Then going up to Topological Bomber Dragon.
Yep, I mean, he's got the Space Insulator combo there, so might be able
Yeah,
to
he's
do
not going
something with
to use it now.
No,
because
no, obviously not.
But Jake actually is holding on to. He's got some damage in, and he is holding on to a Scapegoat to be able to clear the main monster zone if Alex starts to actually put some stuff down.
Yeah, and Jake's got a mini engine in his hand for the Trickstars anyway, so even if Alex manages to clear this Topological Bomber Dragon, Jake can still come back with that next turn. Assuming there's going to be a next turn, we've only got 3 minutes left. Oh, just over 3 minutes.
Yeah, I feel like some of those turns definitely took too long. So some of the decisions kind of felt like they changed halfway through making the move. And that's a little bit confusing to watch, but Jake is in a commanding position right now.
Let's see what Alex can do with this. Lock down the back row, so he just needs to clear the Topological Bomber Dragon and do
8,000 damage.
Doesn't need 8,000. Just needs a little bit more than.
Yeah, depending on how he intends to win the game, but yeah. Widow
That
Anchor.
will help.
Yep, that's 3,000 damage right there.
Yeah.
So Candina Lycrus
That should.
gets that's 7,000, right?
Yeah. I wish I knew what else was in Alex's hand here.
Jake in a
Alex needs to get to the battle phase. Swiftly.
he's got two whole minutes. If he's got the double Lycrus there, yeah. 3,000. Yeah. Candina. Yeah. Lycrus. No, only one. Bang.
Anything more?
3-8, that's 6-8 damage.
Yeah, it's a good way to get rid of Topological Bomber Dragon.
And there's a light stage going to be taken away from Jake.
Yep.
Oh no, he's going for the...
Why would he do that when that's already locked by light stage?
I don't have a good answer for that.
Strange. So Jake's got to figure out how to... Okay, I guess that's fine.
Plus Jake took an additional 400 damage, so he's sitting on 800 life points.
Yeah, I mean, Jake's got a minute to figure out how to win here, and he's drawled, so that's
rough.
Yeah, that's pretty rough. As he doesn't have the life points to do any kind of...
He's got a double Icarus. It'd be great if he had 2 reincarnation.
$60 remaining. He's going to struggle, I think, to make anything of this. Yeah.
The scapegoats are...
Yeah, inconvenient at best.
Go for Tri-Burst Dragon if he had it. That has piercing.
Yeah, unfortunately not 6,100 damage worth of piercing. Yeah, calls it a day.
Yeah, that's going to be Alexander winning, taking that one away. He was only 800 life points shy. I wonder if Jake could have played that, if Jake would have been able to play that out. But then Alexander would have probably used his cards
in a different way.
May have used his cards differently, so it's a little bit difficult to
choose his time. Let's talk a little bit more about it in the post-match discussion. So that was it for round 6. That was pretty interesting. We didn't really see too much Mech Knights.
We saw a little bit. Definitely the Indigo coming out and putting some work in for Jake during game 2.
Yeah.
But yeah, we didn't really see the Mech Knights really taking over the game or applying a lot of pressure. But again, we saw quite a lot of back and forth. Jake going down to 800 life points in the end just was never going to get there, to be honest.
No, definitely not. Yeah, I mean, is there anything more to say about these 2 decks?
There's nothing really different to be said here that's not already been said about the matchup that we've already seen. Well, the only difference is Mech Knights, but they didn't really massively come into play here.
Yeah. So now we've seen a few different variants of these Sky Strikers. What do you think is kind of coming out on top here? Do you think you agree with the...
Honestly, something that I've noticed is that the Sky Striker Trickstar mirror is going to time a lot. So even though it's supposed to be so much faster than just Sky Striker Pure, I'm actually concerned that the time damage for that deck is questioned, like in a grinding environment where I'm playing. It would if the games went on infinitely, but they don't seem to be. And I'm a little bit concerned when a mirror match is you're running low on time frequently in the mirror match, because that's going to just be a lot of the match procedure.
Yeah, makes sense. All right, let's go over to Robert Hooley, who's got Alex, to have a few words about that match.
Hello everybody, we're back with the winner of our last feature match. Now, you are playing the Mech Knight Trickstar version of the Sky Striker deck. Now, why is it that you picked that particular version?
Well, the Mech Knights generally apply a lot of pressure when you're going second into the usual board of reincarnation and stuff. Summoning a Mech Knight makes your opponent go, oh crap, this is a big beat stick that I can't really kill. So it generally applies a lot of pressure, and it's a good going second card in general. And going first, it's also okay, because if you have Kagara in your extra zone, you can set a card and then hopefully summon a purple, which, if you resolve it, will be access to all 4 of the Mech Knights by the next turn.
It's absolutely great. I would love when Mech Knight first came out. It's absolutely beautiful artwork, really fun kind of deck to play with. So it's great to see that they're getting some play now. Is there anything in particular about the game that you've just played that you'd like to shout out to the viewers?
Well, I think it was generally showing how much going first does make it a thing. I think if you resolve Scapegoats going first, it's generally quite hard for the other player to come back. The Mech Knights did apply a little bit of pressure in game 1, and when Jake summoned his game 2 going first, I already knew in my head that was going to be a big battle to fight over. It's just a 2/5 body, but it's still really strong.
Now, Scapegoat only recently came back. What do you think about the fact that it came back? Do you think it's been a great thing for the game, a good thing, a bad thing? What do you think?
I think it should be banned, to be honest.
You think you should go back up? And that's fair.
It just applies. It's almost like a auto win button a lot of time if your opponent doesn't have much to stop the plays, especially with the nightmare cards. Like, you're going to draw 2 to 3 cards, pop something, spin something, summon a 3k topologic bomber dragon at the end of that. So I think it's probably a little bit unfair at the moment.
Now, have you had any other interesting matchups that you've played during the day today?
Well, you have the early rounds, less rogues. So I played against, what was it, Magical Musketeers, and he did resolve the ties on the Casper, and I thought I was going to lose at that point, but I did manage to, I think I draw reincarned in the next turn anyway, so.
Of course, Trickstar's old tricksy tricks. Now, obviously what you've been playing has been a very strong deck. You got yourself to here, but if through testing or anything like that, was there anything else you were considering bringing at all?
What, as in a deck?
Yes.
Definitely Pendulum. For those who know me, I love Pendulum. It's my favourite deck. Obviously, you get hit a bit from the Astrograph and Supreme King. It's still a really good deck, don't get me wrong. Like, you have the ability to play cards like Denko Sucker, Going Second, which are kind of blowouts against most Sky Striker builds. And it has the ability to OTK really easily. It's just the fact that I didn't want to play into like a Draw Reincarn, Going Second, I don't have cards to like set, or Mech Knights to play around it, kind of.
Now, what have you been kind of testing for, and how have you been preparing for the matchups?
100% the mirror. That's mainly what we built. Me and my friends built this deck together, and I feel like we have a good matchup for that generally. A lot of cards to hopefully take us to the edge, like the Mech Knights, for instance.
Brilliant. So we're going to see you in the top cut.
Hopefully, I mean, that was the 6th round?
Yes, this was
If I
round
win-
6.
Hopefully 2 more, but if I win 1 more, I think I have a good chance. So.
Definitely. Well, it's great to have you on here. Hopefully we'll see you again coming up. Thank you very much. Good luck. Now we'll throw back over to our presenters.
Thanks, Robert. That was interesting. That him and his friends. I know Alex from previous tournaments. He usually performs quite well, and he must have a tight play group to be doing that kind of thing. Most good players have that kind of support, and that his friends came to the conclusion that the Mech Knight build was the best.
Yeah, you can definitely see why. The theory is definitely there of being able to push out with large monsters, which the Sky Striker engine generally struggles with, and when your opponent is trying to attack in with a Lycoris to make a Firewall OTK, if your monster is making them
big. Yeah.
slightly too big, and you start pushing your opponent into a position where they're taking considerably more on the exchange than you are, then they're never going to OTK you with that. But
Yeah, exactly.
more than that, it's just being able to just clear up fields and force the activations of Scapegoats, and then actually clear them up before the opponent gets to use them.
Yeah, as he said there, if you're playing into a reincarnation and you can just like put down purple right from the get-go, you've at least got something for next turn if that does go badly.
Yeah.
All right, well that was it for our round 6 feature match, and we're gonna go out and search for another match for you guys for round 7. We'll see you guys soon.